Okay, welcome to day two of the Namaste November challenge. I really hope you enjoyed day one. And if you're watching this recording, I didn't actually get a chance to hit play again when we did day one. So this is day two. We are recording, which is great for the people that can't be with us this morning. And again, for you guys, part of the challenge is having the recording. So part of the package in the program is you have the recording. So if there's a day when you're not able to make it with us live, you can hop on the recordings. I think I'm going to put them on my YouTube channel in a playlist, and I'll try and upload them a few hours after we do our live class. I had a request to kind of go over what the longer term game plan is with this challenge. And I've been talking a lot about emotional conditioning, right? So conditioning our emotions so that we feel better during the day, and doing yoga and meditation and breath work and these journaling practices as a way to condition our emotions and condition our mind, right? So we're changing our perspective over time. We're changing the way that we look at the world through our mental state and through our mental perceptions. And we're also changing our emotional set point. So our emotions kind of have a momentum to them. When we have when we wake up during the day, a lot of times we kind of are in a similar place to where we were yesterday. But if we train ourselves over time to have a higher, more positive emotional set point, we can actually become happier over time. So I'm gonna forgot to set my stopwatch here, just so we stay on time. Um, so when we condition our emotions, this is really important when it starts to come into manifesting. When we start to think about how we can bring experiences into our life and really get what we want, it becomes an emotional game. So a big part of manifesting is maintaining positive emotion throughout the day. But it's also, if you're thinking about productivity and high performance, having positive emotion and being able to manage your emotion is how you stay focused. It's how you increase your energy and have consistent energy throughout the day. And it's how you get stuff done. If you can attach enough positive emotion towards a goal, it will drag you through a ton of challenges on your way to getting to that goal. And so the key here is we're developing that emotional resilience so that when we start to develop our life vision, when we do the life vision workshop this weekend. I was thinking of doing it on Sunday. Go ahead, by the way, and drop in the chat if you guys are free at like 9 a.m. Mountain Time on Sunday, if that time would work. Go ahead and just write in the chat what time would be best for you to do the life vision workshop. So this is the workshop where we're getting really clear on what our goals are for the next 30, 60, 90 days, year or two. And so when we do that workshop and we get really clear on what that vision is, then the emotional conditioning becomes really, really helpful because we can build momentum towards that life vision. And we'll bring that life vision into our practice as a part of kind of the journaling session, probably a couple times a week. And we'll go over that and we'll review what it is that we're trying to create. And so with that emotional momentum applied to the life vision, we can create a lot of space for achievement for ourselves and for creating the life that we want, which is really the goal here is turning your life from kind of a battleground and a struggle to a playground, right? Tavana means playground in Sanskrit. It's how can we change our life experience on a day-to-day basis to be better, right? To be a little bit more elevated, to be a place where you're here to create, connect, and experience joy. Okay. So I hope that summary and that little bit of a roadmap gives you some more clarity as to what it is that we're doing and where we're going with this. With that said, I don't want to take up too much time. So let's go ahead and get into the physical practice. Seems like most people have hopped on. Hey, Katie. Hey, Brendan. Devin, good to see you. Amazing. Katarina, good to see you. Okay, awesome, guys. So just keep that in mind throughout this practice. This is really about the emotional conditioning. So we're just trying to practice being in positive emotion. We do that through our physical body, through movement, through breath, also through food. We do that through our mental state, the way that you're looking at the world, the thoughts that you're having, the words that you're saying to yourself on a moment to moment basis changes the way that we feel emotionally. And also our emotional state changes how our mind works, right? When you're in a negative emotional state, you start to have those crazy thoughts of like, oh no, this is not going to work out. This is all falling apart, right? If you've had that experience. And then our emotional state also affects our social connections, right? So if you're in a bad emotional state, it's really hard to connect with people and be the person that you want to be, okay? So keeping all of that in mind as we hop into our physical practice, okay? So for this morning, let's go ahead and take a couple of breaths and a moment of silence because I got that request last. So let's get into practice, less doing. Go ahead and breathe into your belly here. And exhale. If you're sitting on the ground or on top of a block, that could be helpful. The key is having your knees below your hips so that your lungs can expand. Act like there's a string going from the crown of your head down to the base of your spine, as if someone's kind of pulling it taut. It's just to create alignment in your spine so that we have space to breathe. Get back into the breathing, taking a nice deep inhale in. And slowly exhale. Finding a place of stillness this morning. Nice deep breath in. And slowly exhale. In this moment right now, you have nothing to do, nowhere to be, no one to show up as. Just allowing yourself to be here right now. Don't worry about the time and keeping the time, and we will end on time. Take a nice deep breath in and slowly out. Allow yourself to feel your body. Be okay with wherever you're at this morning. Continue breathing normally. Nice deep breath in and out. Okay. Go ahead and slowly open your eyes. And wherever you're seated, you're going to start to come out of your seated position. You'll meet me in Malasana squat. So coming down here, I'm just opening up the hips, and you can take your elbows and put them on the inside of your knees. You can also kind of like, if you need a block for support, you can kind of like have the block under you just so you don't fall all the way back. You can kind of stay up and just find some play in this pose here. Move around a little bit. Nice, y'all. Moving around, breathing in and out. And then when you're ready, you can kind of put your hands on the floor, start to lift your butt up slowly. So we're coming to a forward fold. So in our first forward fold, you can have a slight bend in the knees. Breathing in and out here. You can pedal out the legs a little bit. You can move your legs just a bit. First forward fold of the day. Take it nice and gentle and slow. Really, really good. Inhale in and out. And then slowly and gradually, you're gonna roll up one vertebrae at a time. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Your head comes up last. Then you're gonna inhale your arms up. Fingertips touch. Inhale in at the top. Exhale out at the top. And then slowly and gradually, we're gonna come to a swan dive down, back into a forward fold. Really good, y'all. Breathe in and out here. Now, as you're in this forward fold, go ahead and just look at me really quick. So you're gonna have a slight bend in your left knee, and then you're gonna keep your right knee relatively straight here. And then you'll start to get into that forward fold and try and get a stretch in that right leg. So as you bend that left knee a little bit more, you'll start to feel a stretch in the right. I see, yeah, Deanna's lifting her arm up. You can do that as well. So if you want to start to open up the chest towards that straight right leg, you can get a deeper stretch there. Awesome. But it's also okay if you just want to stay forward folded and keep that right leg straight. You can also grab a block here if you would like. Put it under your hand. Yeah, open up that right side chest to that straight right knee and keep a left bend. Nice, breathing in and out. Slowly let the arm come down. Let the bend come out of the left knee, although you're still keeping a micro bend in both of your knees. And then let's do that on the other side, okay? So now our right leg is gonna bend a little bit. Left leg is gonna be a little bit more straight. You can get nice hamstring and calf stretch here, using a block if necessary. And then when you're ready, see a lot of us doing it. Nice, Max, nice dad. Opening up the chest here, letting that arm come up. Nice. This is opening up backside of our legs and our hip. Slowly coming down. Awesome. Now, we're coming into similar to what we did yesterday. Go ahead and take both palms to the floor, into a plank, to kind of a classic sun salutation A, slowly lowering the chest down. Chest comes up into upward facing dog or cobra. And so for cobra, your hips can stay on the ground, your chest can come up on the inhale, upward facing dog, rooting the tops of the feet into the ground. Inhaling. And then tuck your toes and hips go back to downward facing dog. You're pedaling out the legs. Nice. First down dog of the day. You might notice that this is a little bit looser since we just did that alternating forward fold stretch. Breathe in and out. And we're going to kick our right foot back and then step the right foot forward through the hands. Left knee comes down, top of the left foot, finds the floor. And then instead of hitting this kind of lunge like we did yesterday, we're going to start to walk our hands back. And actually, you can tuck your left toes if you would like here. And we're going to get a runner's lunge here. Okay. You can see that my right leg is out straight here. My heel is on the ground. My right toes are facing towards the sky. You can also grab a block if you would like a little bit more support. And then it's really just how deep you want to go into this and fold over more, lean back more, whatever feels good. So right toes facing towards the sky, right heel rooted into the ground. Nice little hamstring, calf, posterior chain stretch here. Really good. Inhaling out, exhaling out, inhaling in. And then slowly start to walk forward into that forward lunge. Walk your hands forward. And then you're going to tuck your left toes under, left knee rises, left foot goes up to meet your right hands. And we're back in our forward fold. And we're going to slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Your head's going to come up last. So kind of let your head dangle here. And then slowly when you come up, that's when you can bring your head up to the top. Yeah, one vertebrae at a time, inhaling in. And then inhaling, fingertips up to the top. And touch, breathing in, breathing out. And then slowly swan dive back down into our forward fold. We'll go through that sequence again, okay? So we're gonna bend our right knee first, let nice stretch on our left leg. And we can start to open up our our chest to the left side, and our left hand can go up to the sky. You can kind of have like straight, like sword hands going up to the sky here. The key is keeping structure in your fingers so that we're not kind of like, you know, lazily doing it. Breathe in and out. And then slowly start to transition to the other side. Slight bend in the left knee, and letting the right knee be a little bit straighter, and opening up that right side chest if you're there. But again, guys, if you want to just fold forward, the right side opening of the chest is not actually necessary. It's a little bit of a different stretch though if you are doing just the forward fold. Awesome, guys. Slowly fold back forward, inhaling in and out. So now we're just back at the normal forward fold, in and out. All right, your hands are gonna find the floor. Your feet are coming back as we go into plank pose. And then slowly lower the chest to the floor. Cobra or up dog. Again, you can get your whole body off the ground with up dog by rooting the tops of your feet into the floor and pressing through your hands, or just raise your chest with cobra. Hips go back to the sky, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the legs and going back into our runner stretch, but this time on the left side. So our left leg is going to kick out back to the sky. You're going to step the left leg up through the hands. Right knee finds the floor. You can keep your right toes tucked if you would like, and then start to lean back. You can have a block here. Left heel on the floor, left toes facing the sky. Getting a nice stretch in that left leg. Nice, y'all. Breathe here. Taking a couple moments. Breathing steadily in and out. Awesome. Slowly start to walk your hands forward into that front lunge. And then tuck your right toes, right knee comes up, and step that right foot up in between your hands. Inhale, slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Taking it nice and slow this morning. Inhaling, fingertips touch up to the top. Exhaling, fingers or hands come to heart center into our little prayer pose. Then you're going to come down into Malasana squat again from there. So back to where we started. And notice if your hips feel any different here. This is a really good pose to kind of like get a barometer or a temperature on where your hips are at. Cool. All right. I don't know about you guys, but my hips feel a lot more loose after that practice. Okay. So from here, you're going to find a seated position. We're going to go into bridge pose. Okay. So for bridge pose, you're going to lay your back down on the ground. Your knees will be up. And this is to start out here. So this is known as constructive rest. So constructive rest can have your knees kind of touching each other. You can lay down, breathe in and out. For bridge pose, after you get a couple breaths in constructive rest, you're gonna put your feet right below your knees, and your hands, the palms of your hands are gonna be on the ground, head on the ground, and then you're gonna slowly start to lift your hips up in the air. And so we have this kind of 4 points of contact with the floor. We have our shoulders and our heels and our feet, okay? So not too much pressure in the hands. I can lift my hands up. You wanna be able to move your neck here. Just pressing the hips up. You can also put a block under your low back if you would like. Take a couple more breaths here. In, slowly out. Awesome, y'all. And slowly lower down. And slowly lowering back down to the ground. Take a nice deep breath in. And out. Now we're going to go into figure 4 pose. So you're going to kick your right foot up to the sky. And then you're going to take the outside of your right ankle and bring it to the top of your left knee. So that looks kind of like what I'm doing here. So I have the outside of my right ankle to the top of my left knee. And then if you would like, you can bring your hands under your left hamstring and start to pull your left knee towards your chest. And then you should get a nice little hip stretch in there. You can also use your right elbow to give some pressure on the inside of your right knee to create a little bit more leverage to get that stretch. Awesome, y'all. Breathe in and out. Let your feet find the floor. Come out of that pose. Slowly unpretzel. Take 1 or 2 breaths here in and out. And then kick your left foot out to the sky. And then left ankle comes to the top of the right knee. And then you can start to get into figure 4 on the right side. Again, bringing your hands under your hamstrings. And then putting a little bit of pressure from your left elbow to the top of your left knee. And breathe in and out. Awesome. Slowly let yourself come out of that. And then you can let yourself come into constructive rest pose. So constructive rest, you can let your knees touch each other as you lie on your back. Just take a few breaths here. You can let your eyes close. I'm going to sit up so I can see you guys. Let your eyes close. Just take nice breathing or nice breaths in and out. Yeah, I see some people are still working on the figure 4. It's totally cool. Doing what is good for your body and what your body needs for the morning is always acceptable and always encouraged. So just keep that in mind. Taking a nice deep breath in and out on the floor. So let's get into some belly breathing. Breathe into your belly. Nice deep breath in and then slowly breathe out through the mouth. Nice deep breath into the belly through your nose. I see some of you are sitting up with me. That's okay. You can totally sit up, or you can stay on the ground here, whichever. Nice deep breath into the belly. Slowly exhale. Deep breath into the belly. And slowly exhale. Deep breath into the belly. Slowly exhale. Deep breath into the belly. Slowly exhale. Deep breath in. And slowly out. And in. And slowly out. Deep breath into the belly. And slowly out. And in. Slowly out. Let yourself return to normal breathing. Notice any difference in your body here. Continue breathing normally. Notice the quality of your mind here, quality of your emotions. Okay. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes a little bit. If you would like to sit up for our guided meditation, that would be great. If you're already sitting up, you can keep your eyes closed. Sitting up for guided meditation is best, just so we don't fall asleep. As you might have noticed, you might have started to get really relaxed there, which is really good. What we want. Okay, so for our guided meditation today, I thought we would do something a little bit different and a little bit more relevant to the current state of specifically this country. So nothing super political, but we're experiencing a lot of divide right now between different belief systems and all different types of value systems and the way that people approach life. And that can oftentimes create a lot of friction in between your own social connections. So in your own family, with your friends, all that type of stuff. And so we're going to practice a guided meditation related to that. Okay. So with that said, we're going to do a compassion meditation for your families and friends. Okay. So take a nice deep breath in and slowly out. Then you can let your eyes close. Finding a nice, comfortable seat. Breathing in and out. Just notice where your body is. Notice your breath. Notice your current state. Nice deep breath in and out. Now, I want you to bring up an image in your mind of somebody that you really love, one of your good friends or family member that has different beliefs than you, whether politically or spiritually or religiously or any type of different belief that can sometimes cause friction. But don't focus on the friction. Bring them up in your mind. See them before you. See them happy. Look into their eyes. See them as if the differences in belief make no difference. These differences in belief make no difference in your love for them. You can see them happy. Give them compassion. See them joyful. See them as you know they are when these differences in belief are not a part of the social equation. You can begin to bring up memories of times when everything was just really good. Think of just amazing interactions that you've had with this person. See you both smiling together, laughing together, and breathe this in. start to bring up these memories. And inhale it in. And slowly exhale. Start to bring up good memories with this person. Could even expand this to one or two other people as well. Thinking of good memories, good social connection with people that have very different worldviews than you do. Inhaling in deeply. Our breath adds energy to whatever our current emotion is. When we take a nice deep breath, it can expand the emotion of compassion. Breathe into that emotion of compassion for this person. And just realize that no matter how big this ideological gap is, compassion is the bridge that repairs our social connections. Compassion is the bridge that repairs our relationships. And breathe in and down. Continue to create these memories. Continue to see this person happy. Continue to send love to this person. See this person getting everything that they want in their life. Send them good energy. Send them all the hope, all the joy, all the light. Imagine that they can feel this right now. Imagine that you're able to transmit these happy memories with this person to them, that they can feel them. Come back to seeing this person sitting in front of you. And just be with them for a few moments. See them happy, look into their eyes. And just be with them here and send them love. Breathe in and out. Continue breathing. You can allow this person to fade from your awareness. Thank them for being in your life, regardless of the quarrels and arguments. Not focusing on that. Just gratitude for having this person in your life. Allow them to fade from your awareness, all the while taking a nice deep breath in and slowly out. Deep breath in and slowly out. Take a few moments of silence. Notice any difference in how you feel. Anytime your mind starts to wander here, you can bring it back to your breath, or maybe even a compassion practice. Continue breathing in and out. Okay, slowly and gradually, you can wiggle your fingers and your toes. Slowly allow your body to come out of a seated position whenever you're ready. If you're comfortable in your seated position, you can certainly stay there for a bit, but if you're feeling a little bit tight, start to roll your ankles, roll your wrists, and roll your neck. Slowly breathing in and out. Awesome, you guys. So through this process of guided meditation and finding the source of love that we have and the source of connection that we have with people that believe differently than us and that think differently than us, this is kind of a beginning point of empathy. And also, as I said in the meditation, salvaging and keeping those relationships regardless of what those beliefs are. Okay, so very, very important thing, I think, especially in these times. So I wanted to kind of have a different theme for this morning, given the election in the United States and everything else that's going on. Okay, so with that, let's hop into our journal practice. So we've gone into physical practice, mental practice, emotional practice. Now we're going to continue with the emotional manifesting piece using the journaling. Okay, so go ahead and grab your journal if you don't have it with you. If you are new to this class, so we'll have a journal pretty much every time. We will have a journal with us every time, and we'll use the journal every day. But if you don't have a journal with you, you can just grab a sticky note or a piece of paper or something somewhere. So a journal and a pen would be great. Okay. Alrighty. And so we're going to continue on this same theme from the meditation this morning, which is developing love and compassion for the place that you live in, for the country that you live in, even though you might disagree with some things or even very, very many things that that other people believe in your same country, in your community. Okay, so for your first journal entry, so the question here, or the objective here, is reflect on some reasons why you love or appreciate your country. So reflect on some reasons. So you'll just write like reasons why I love blank or your community. And then just start to free write some reasons why you love the place that you live. You love your country, you love your countrymen. What is it that you really appreciate about the place that you live? This could be your entire country. This could also be your specific state or your specific region where you live. So just start to free write for a few minutes. What do you appreciate? What do you appreciate? For me, I know it's like state parks, and I could write for a little bit about all of the amazing experiences that I've had in the great state parks in the United States. So think about all the different things that you specifically like, that you appreciate. Just start to reflect on those. Okay, I'll take about 15 more seconds. Begin to wrap it up. Really good. Take a few breaths into that appreciation. If you're still writing, continue finishing up. If you're finished, you can even read over a little bit what you wrote. And breathe in a little bit of that appreciation as we transition. Second journal prompt for today. Seems like most people are pretty close to being finished. The second journal prompt is, in your view, how can you be or contribute to a solution for the issues or problems that you see in the world? So how can you contribute to the solution for whatever the biggest issues or problems are to you in the current social, economic, political climate? How can you be a part of the solution that helps to bring change? When we focus on the solution, we get a lot more positive energy than when we're only focusing on the problem. So how can you be a part of or contribute to the solution to some of the problems that you see in the world right now? And this could be something really big. You could move all the way to another country and do service work if you wanted, but it also could be something small. Like I see this practice that I'm doing here as part of me being a part of the solution to bring more wellness to the world. So this is part of my service. Could be something even as small as just like showing up here every day and trying to be a happier version of yourself so that you go out into the world and feeling good, smiling to people. And start to wrap it up. Take about 10 more seconds. Cool. And then lastly, what are your 3 top priorities for today? So we'll do that again today. What are your 3 top priorities for today in number of importance? So what's your first top priority, your second priority, and your third priority? What would you like to accomplish today that would really push you forward towards what it is that you actually want to create in your life? So I'll give you a hint. It's probably not respond to emails. It's probably not schedule 3 more meetings. It could be, but probably not. So what are those top 3 priorities that are important to you personally, your personal big goals? And again, this could be something big, could be something small. Could be, I just want to have a healthy meal today. I want to drink some water today. Take about 10 to 15 seconds here. All right. As you're finishing up, go ahead and do the outro. Thank you guys for joining me this morning for day 2 of the Namaste November Challenge. I hope that this practice served you this morning And remember, as we go throughout the day today, and we're in this election season, to try and hold some of that compassion with you and some of that tolerance and empathy for people that have different belief systems than you do. For one, it helps make the world a better place, but two, it helps you to become happier, right? Because you don't get thrown for a loop anytime someone expresses something that you don't agree with. So it's part of emotional resilience. But overall, I hope that this practice really helped you this morning. Go ahead and I sent out a Google form with a liability waiver to a few of you. Go ahead and try and get that back to me today. If you can, that would be super helpful. And then also, I'll go ahead and check in the chat if everybody was able to make it to, if everyone's, sorry, I got a text on my phone. If everyone's able to make it to the Life Vision workshop that I'm planning to do on Sunday. And then also, guys, all the suggestions and recommendations for these classes that you guys give me are super helpful. So I really, really appreciate any feedback that you all provide, because we're co-creating this experience together. So things like, I wanted the yoga to go slower. I wanted some more time in my meditation. I wanted a little bit more time in the journaling. Can you talk about this? All that stuff is really, really helpful and very much appreciated. So with that said, thank you for joining me today. We are at time. And so go ahead and play. Go into your day, try and bring your light to the world, bring your most high social self, bring your smile to the world, because we all need it, okay? So thank you all so much for joining me. Namaste.